Hi friends, welcome back to Breathe and Budget. Today we're doing something I don't do every month. We're budgeting for the entire month of August in one video. I'll be in a bubble somewhere on the screen, but the star of the show will be my Google Sheets version of the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom. We get paid 4 times a month, twice from me and twice from my husband. I also used the last check of the prior month to get a jump start. So my July 30th paycheck is going to fund the first week of August until my husband's first August paycheck arrives. Let's dive in paycheck by paycheck. So my first paycheck came out to $2,260. This is after taxes and pre-tax contributions such as my pension, my 457B retirement account, Colonial, Aflac, life insurance, the whole shebang, right? And then I also borrow $187 from our checking account cushion. This check always covers the first week of the month. Before we go into numbers, I want to explain how I think about our budget in time blocks. The bills that fall between one paycheck and the next are covered by that paycheck that came first. This helps me see exactly what money belongs to which time period, so I'm not overspending before the next check arrives. I think that's where people feel like they're doing that paycheck to paycheck cycle. For this first August time block, we're covering half the mortgage, our Six Flags passes, Microsoft 365, and my new Fairy Loot subscription. Yes, I told y'all I have fallen deep into the romantasy genre. Proof is here. Next, I fully fund our essentials binder. This is my wonderful essentials binder. I love this. So this has personal spending, our kids' sure why not envelope, dining out, date night, nails, which is considered part of my personal spending and wellness, and it's a YouTube business write-off, so there's that. Toiletries, household, and miscellaneous. So for toiletries, I want you to think hygiene and styling products. For household, think cleaning supplies, detergent, toilet paper. And then miscellaneous, that's just going to cover if you have any unexpected expenses or maybe you go over in a category. We also fund our entire pet binder. That's just so important to me to have just set up in the beginning of each month. Plus, we are going to put $326. Yes, it's normally $325. If you've been following me, you're like, what, $326? That dollar needed to go somewhere, so that's where I put it. So $326 for groceries, $200 for gas. We are cashless for groceries and gas, so basically everyone in the household has a card that's attached to that account. And then our personal spending this week, my husband gets $100 and I get $75. And before you ask why he gets more, he doesn't. I just consider my nails and my hair under my personal spending. He's a simple guy, and if he ever splurged, it'd probably be renting a sports car for the track. Go figure. So lastly, we are going to put, I reduced it. Let me explain. Forgot about this for a second. $15 to water and $10 to trash. Normally we do $20 each. One is billed bi-monthly, one is billed quarterly, and we just like to be ahead of the game. But I needed to put that money towards other things, and we'll get more into that later. And then we fund the 52-week savings challenge as well as the bookmark savings challenge. Let's move on to paycheck number 2. For this check, we're covering solar panels, Kindle Unlimited, the Peloton subscription, Google Photos, Spectrum, gas company, and we're going to replace the cushion we borrowed from last week. Most of it. We'll replace the rest in the third paycheck, but we're going to replace the majority of it, $137. And then we are going to put $325 to groceries, $200 to gas, and again, as per usual, $100 for his personal spending and $75 for mine. This check also focuses on our high priority sinking funds. Now, a lot of people ask, how do we decide on how much to save? It's actually 3 simple steps. Step 1, determine the total needed or wanted for the category. Step 2, divide by how much time you have to save. So if you want to divide it by months or by the number of paychecks you have until it's due, you could do that. Or step 3, adjust based on current balance and priorities. So it's fluid. A budget is meant to be flexible and to be ever-changing to fit your needs. Okay, so some amounts are set, like insurance. Others are flexible, like our $2K vehicle and home maintenance, which I might bump up to $3K. For emergencies, we have $5K for each vehicle and home in our Ally high yield savings account. I love Ally. I rant about it all the time. Referral link is in the description in case you're interested. And of course, we are going to add to our 52-week savings challenge as well as our bookmark savings challenge. Before we move on, let me tell you why I swear by the zero-based budget method. For years, I overspent. I lived above my means. I felt like my money vanished into thin air, which made me feel like I was living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, does that resonate with you? If it does, I encourage you to try this. But with zero-based budgeting, every dollar has a job. Every dollar has a purpose. There's many different lingos out there that pertain to this. But basically, every dollar is serving whatever financial need or goal you have, whether it's paying a bill, funding a sinking fund, or going into savings. So there's no extra money just floating around to tempt me. The system forces me to be intentional, and it has completely changed our financial mindset. Now let's move on. Okay, this check is going to cover the second half of mortgage, iCloud, HBO Max, Six Flags, because when we added River, it was after we had originally had our passes and she finally needed a pass because then she was no longer free, and they don't group it together, so it's billed separately. So it is what it is. And then we are going to replace the rest of the cushion that we borrowed in week 1. That is super important. Having that cushion is so important. Peace of mind, reduces the chance that your account is going to go overdrawn, covers any bills that might be higher than you anticipated, but you have to replenish it. If you use it, pay it back. It's just a mindset shift that you have to make. It's a non-negotiable for me because I went years constantly trying to get overdrafts like refunded, right? Like, give me another chance. I'm sorry. I thought I had the money in there. We've all done it. Pretty sure. So it's a non-negotiable for me to keep it at least $1,000. I have more right now, but $1,000 was where I started and what I recommend. All right, moving right along. So this time, we are going to put $425 to groceries and $200 to gas. So we slightly bumped up groceries. Prices have gone up, and I just felt like we were cutting it close. So last month I increased it a little bit, doing the same in August. We'll probably do the same in September. And then again, our personal spending, $100 for my husband and $75 for me. And then this check funds our low priority sinking funds. So meaning they would be the first to go if we had to cut back, but they're still super important to me. And yes, I would side hustle to keep funding them if I needed to. There's this website. Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but like you could sell pictures of your feet. Okay. I mean, I may not do that. Plus I have a tattoo on my foot. I don't think that would be marketable, but I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe not. But I would do what I needed to do to continue to fund them. And again, we are going to skip water and trash this round because I am going to put extra money towards my birthday. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the next check. And as always, we are going to fund our 52-week savings challenge and our bookmark savings challenge. Okay, check number 4, the last check that we will receive in August. This check is going to cover final fixed expenses, whatever else is due for the rest of this month. That's our Life 360 subscription, T-Mobile, Movie Club, Hulu Plus, and Edison. And yes, even with solar, we still pay Edison yearly. Last year was under $800, so much better than the prior year. And we are going to increase groceries to $4.75 and gas to $2.50. Personal spending staying the same. Again, just trying to combat the rise of prices and the fact that we really do prefer to purchase food that is truly organic from local farmers, the farmers market and things like that. And that stuff is just not cheap. Okay. This is our holiday and birthday cash stuffing week, my favorite of the month. So we'll talk about some of these amounts that you're seeing because I get questions about it. Christmas, experiences, not physical gifts. Like there's not going to be $3,500 worth of gifts under our tree this year. That's not happening. Gifts for family and friends, coworkers. This could be for food outside of our typical grocery budget because we kind of splurge for that like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day meals and stuff. And then decorations. I sometimes add a few things. We have used the same ornaments and things and stockings, for years, like I don't know, maybe 7-8 years. Eventually I'm going to want to like change the style, but for right now, I'm still very much in love with it. So we're going with it. And this is also for Black Friday deals if we have things that we need to replace in the house. So this is the time we would use the money to, let's say, replace the vacuum, replace the blender. I don't know. But we really make sure it's a good deal. Again, I always rave about camel.com. Make sure you're getting a good deal before you shop these quote unquote Black Friday deals, okay? 4th of July. This last year, went to Big Bear. That's Airbnb. We got a pontoon boat. We ate out a couple times. We purchased food and cooked on the barbecue at the Airbnb. So like the groceries to take there. We purchased some things that we needed for the dogs for the trip, like Life Vest, 15 feet leashes. We didn't have that stuff prior to this. This is our first time taking the dogs with us, and it went fairly well. I'm so glad I invested in that training. If you're local at all to Santa Clarita area, the Canine Republic, Kim, amazing, highly recommend her. We're in the swim camp right now, so all the dogs have learned how, they knew how to swim, but learned how to feel safe in the water, know what their limits are, like know how to safely get out of water and not come to cling on us. Like at first, for example, Atlas would like paw at us and that could cause injury to either one of us, right? So it's more about just safely guiding, keeping a safe distance. So I can't rave enough about the Canine Republic. And we travel like an hour and a half to her because she's that good and she came that highly recommended. So I recommend her. I'll put her information in the description. All right, enough. Halloween. This is normally for costumes for everyone in the household, even my husband and I. Traveling to trick-or-treating, because we live in a very rural outskirts part of the town. There's no trick-or-treating out here. We would have to walk so many miles just to maybe hit a couple houses. So that's not happening. So that's also gas to drive to where we're going, right? And because we're not home, we're eating out, so we need money for dinner. We're doing something different this year, though. We are hosting our first ever Halloween party, so I'm going to be adding more money. I didn't do it in August because this was a spur of a moment thing after I had created this budget, but I will be adding for September and the beginning of October to fund this party. Like I'm adding some decorations that we didn't already have, although we have a nice collection as is, I'm adding to it. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And then birthdays. I'm adding more for myself. Like I don't normally do this, but I'm doing it. I have not celebrated my birthdays like the way that some people do, like when you hit 20, when you hit 30, when you hit 40, like I haven't done that ever. And I'm going to be turning 42. So we're going to Disneyland, adults only, my husband and I and another couple. So I am adding a lot. I decreased in some areas, hence the water and trash. We're foregoing that for this month because I want to put that towards this trip. And we're hoping for a Blue Bayou reservation, but I think we're on the wait list because that is so highly coveted that it's just not available. And then I highly recommend my Disney travel agent, Kelsey Caps. I'll put the website here, but it'll also be in the description. There is no fee passed on to us, so I highly recommend her, themagictravelco.com. She was so easy to work with, quick to respond, And it's just been seamless. And I didn't make the reservations. I didn't make the hotel reservations. She did that all for me. I felt a little bougie, not gonna lie, but it felt really good. And also knowing that we were not charged for this service. Like, however she gets paid, I don't know. Y'all talk to her about that. I'm not sure, but I didn't have to pay for her to do this. So I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited. It'll be like mid-September. My birthday's September 15th. So it'll be somewhere around there, right? And as always, we're going to cover the 52-week savings challenge, as well as the bookmark savings challenge and the bonus from last month when we scratched off July's. That was $15. So we're adding to that. And that is our full August budget. We hit a true, you can see it right here, zero-based budget. Every dollar is working for us. Every dollar was thought of intentionally as to where it needed to go to bring us financial peace of mind. The biggest change in our financial life came when we shifted from that spending mindset, like spending first mindset, to save, invest, and fund what matters first mindset. And yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, stick around for the weekly cash stuffing videos where we actually put the money into the binders. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, how do you organize your month? And as always, don't forget to breathe.